From terrible accidents to deadly wars, from giving birth to getting sick, from the day-to-day to an emergency, millions of people around the globe need blood transfusions. They save lives and improve health, but many patients don't have access to safe blood. There's just not enough. Almost half of the 120 million units of blood that are donated globally every year goes to people in high-income countries, which means there's an annual 102 million unit blood shortage in low and middle-income countries. Those are known as blood deserts, every single country in sub-Saharan Africa and South Asia. But the problem is global, across countries and income. But one small lab in a city in Israel is working on a solution.
So we are developing an industrial process to produce universal red blood cells without donors. The idea is to eliminate the need for donors and to deliver universal red blood cells that will fit anyone, and we could bring them to everyone, anytime.
Blood transfusions are used every day. They're one of the pillars of medical treatment. But not only is it dependent on people deciding to donate their blood, the process from taking the blood, preparing and storing it, and then getting it to a patient is limited and time-consuming, and the existing blood bank technology is logistically challenging. Even in a country like Israel that is so well prepared, there are sometimes shortages of blood.
The process from the blood being donated and then being sent on to use can take between 24 to 36 hours. The package is good for 35 days, or maximum 42 days. Someone who needs blood for health reasons, because of an operation or a terrorist action, or even a road accident or a wounded soldier, our job is to supply that blood.
Israel's National Emergency Service works around the clock to ensure that there's enough blood available as quickly as possible.
The problem is, we're seeing a drop in awareness for the past few years, and it's currently much more difficult to amass those 1,000 portions.
RedC Biotech aims to eliminate that problem entirely.
We take stem cells that can proliferate limitlessly, and then make them to differentiate into red blood cells. This is a process that we have to develop, we have to shorten this process, and we have to make it as efficient as possible.
If you're ever in need of a blood transfusion, the blood that you'll receive will probably come in a bag looking something like this. This specific bag, though, is produced right here in Israel, and the contents are going to be red blood cells entirely produced in a lab right here, and that are going to be transferable to any human at any age, anywhere in the world.
So when you get a blood transfusion, it's not the blood itself that's important. The important part is to transfer oxygen from the lung to the tissues. So what the red blood cells do in the blood is exactly this.
According to the team, there are three main challenges ahead. The technical challenge of making the process more efficient, making it cost-effective and profitable, and then going through the regulatory process. They expect the product to be ready for human trial in 3 years and to start reaching the market in 5 years' time, offering a game-changing solution for a complicated problem.
The idea is that we need only one super donor, one person who has the perfect blood. And once we have a sample from this person, once we select this person, we're going to produce a master cell bank of these stem cells. And from that point forward, we don't need any more donors. We could indefinitely produce from that cell line cells, red blood cells, for whole humanity forward.
He explains that unlike the blood used from donors today, the blood cells produced in the lab will not depend on any one person. It will have no risk of carrying infectious agents and will have no components left over from donors, which can cause dangerous reactions.
So the blood itself will be very clean and safe, but more important, we're going to have one type that fits everybody by establishing production sites all over the world, also in low-income regions. We'll be able to save millions of lives, literally.